Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. Hey, I'm here with the coach.
And I'm here with the vet, Ian Griffin.
Hey, it's a good day today. We're going to sit here and talk
Absolutely.
a little bit about our predictions this year. Our predictions of the NFL. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Oh, my. What do you think, Coach?
Let's do this.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to hit you with the Super Bowl right off the bat, but I'm telling you it's going to be a good year just so we get to play all the games.
Yes, yes. So, first of all, I'm going to throw my very first prediction out. And I'm going to say, honestly, if it doesn't make it to, if it does not make it to at least 3 games a season, we won't have a Super Bowl. I mean, if we get a pause, it's going to kill it all. That's my first prediction. So if we can make it to at least the 3rd game of the season without a hiccup in the NFL, I think it'll be good. But if we can't get in there without one game getting canceled or this game getting canceled, I don't think it's going to make it that far. I don't know what you think
I'm
on
not going
that.
to be as optimistic as you. I believe I'll be a little bit more pessimistic and say we're going to need to at least get 8 games in before we have a Super Bowl, before we have a playoff. So I think we're going to need 8 games. I think the people are going to need to see something because if you just have 3 games, what are you going to go by schedule of last year? Are you going to go by strength of schedule for those 3 games? Just imagine if a team played Baltimore, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh back-to-back. That was their 3 games.
No, what I'm saying is if we can go clean 3 games, I see us getting it all the way to the Super Bowl. If we can't get it clean the first 3 games, say the second game of the season, we're already canceling, we won't make it to the Super Bowl, is what I'm saying. Is if we can't get it off to a good start.
And some of those problems that we're seeing, some of those problems that we're seeing now in Major League Baseball, I don't know how that's going to work out with the NFL. I guess we'll be able to see. I'm kind of believing that the Major League Baseball starting before NFL is actually going to be more helpful for the NFL. So what I'm hoping is that they will change some of the things that they didn't know going into the Major League Baseball season to make the NFL season a little bit smoother, because we all know people are going to test positive. It's how are they going to, alienate them? Are they going to set them? Is the whole team going to be out, or things that I think we're going to find out pretty quick?
Yes. No, I totally agree. I think the Major League Baseball is the perfect primer for it. And so I'm going to start off, and I'm just going to tell you who I think is going to make the playoffs. And some of these you're going to be like, no. But I'm just going to tell you who I think is going to make the playoffs. So I'll start off with the AFC. The AFC North, I think the Ravens will take the North. I think the Chiefs will take the West. I think the Bills will take the East. All those Patriot fans out there are going to be heartbroken. I think the Titans are going to take the South.
That's what I picked.
And I think the wild card, because we have 3 wild cards this year, I do think the Patriots are going to take the wild card only because Cam Newton's coming there, and I think he will be better than what a lot of people expect. I think the Browns are going to creep into the playoffs, and I think the Texans.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, so that's my AFC picks.
Yes. Well, my AFC is not going to be too different with division winners and people that are going to lead the division. It was very interesting to have to pick Buffalo to beat over New England. It just didn't seem normal. But I think the new normal, which is the new term that we're using in 2020, is going to be Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are going to make the splash. I think they're going to do it. I actually had them going 10-6, but we're still winning that division. In the North, I got Baltimore. In the South, I got the Tennessee Titans.
Yes.
George Bates would love it. And in the West, I got Kansas City Chiefs. Now, my 3 wild card that I'm throwing in is going to be totally different. I'm picking in the Steelers, the Texans, and not New England. I'm going with Oakland. Oakland's going to come through. New England's not going to do it. I'm thinking Gruden's going to take them. It's actually not Oakland anymore, is it?
No, it's Las Vegas.
I got to get used to saying it. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, the Gambling Raiders. That should be their title. It's the Gambling Raiders. That's insane.
Yeah, so, I mean, I really think that the cream of the crop, of course, I believe, is the Chiefs. I think that Baltimore will be a little bit better maybe in the playoffs. Tennessee is tough when you have to play them heads up with that big back. You got that.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a great defense, but I all in all, I think that they will win the South over the Texans.
Yes, I agree with that. Moving on to the NFC. Here we go. We're going to have some controversy here. So maybe not, maybe not.
Absolutely.
I picked the 49ers to win the West, and I think that's going to be the toughest division in the NFC, to be honest. That, and I think the South
I agree.
will be tough. The North, I don't think anybody's going to stop the Packers up there. In the South, I picked the Saints. And in the East, I picked the beloved Dallas Cowboys. And
wow.
And I will tell you why I picked them is because I don't see it in the Eagles. I just don't. And I think Mike McCarthy is going to bring a whole different change of, well, let's just beat them by enough and let's just do enough to win. That's out the window with him. And I think that culture change will be good. And then the fact that Dallas just picked up another defensive lineman just yesterday, Everson Griffin, I think it'll be good. But so my wild cards are going to be the Seahawks. I think they got a heck of a receiving crew. The Buccaneers, I said it, and the Cardinals, because the Cardinals has the best receiver in NFL, I think. They stole him from the Texans.
Did you not say the Seahawks?
I said the Seahawks.
Okay, I was making sure I didn't.
That was the first wild card team.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna give you mine from the NFC, and this was a little bit more difficult than I thought. Looking at it, I do believe that it is pretty simple for me to say New Orleans will win the South.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that Green Bay will end up winning the North.
Yeah.
And we get down in the West, I actually picked Seattle to win the West and San Francisco being a wild card.
I can see that.
I think they're going to fall off a little bit. San Francisco had such a great run last year. I think Garoppolo still got some growing to do. I think we saw some of the weaknesses come out in the playoffs, and great defensive coordinators will pick up on that. And now let's go to the East. I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to get involved in it. I really don't even want to make the prediction. But I actually have Philadelphia and Dallas both going 9-7.
Whoa.
And, of course, it always comes down with Dallas and the Eagles coming down to the week 15 or 16, having to play each other. The only reason I'm going to give Dallas the win for the division is the second to last game of the year they played against the Eagles at home. I remember last year we had to go down to Philadelphia to win the division, and it didn't happen. But I think having that second to last game at home against the Eagles, I think we'll take that game, and I think we'll take the East. So I'm going to go ahead and call Dallas the East winners. Philadelphia will be the wild card. Minnesota will be the wild card.
Whoa.
And San Fran will be the wild card.
Man.
Loving it.
Yes. Wow. So
we need this season.
I agree. We definitely need a season to get us past all this COVID. But with that, we got to take a commercial break here for a second. And as we get ready to take a commercial break, I promised the people at the Mullet that changed my life that I would shake my hair one good time for them. So there you go, Johnny Coltrane. And I think we're good on that. So moving along, let's go to the playoffs. So,
Yes, sir.
in the AFC, I have the wild card game is the Patriots playing the Titans, and I think the Titans will win that game. I have the Browns playing the Ravens, and this is the upsetter. I'm going to have the Browns win because Lamar Jackson hasn't won a playoff game, and he's a different quarterback in the playoffs. He looks different. He plays different. And I think the Browns finally getting there. I think Baker Mayfield's going to show us what kind of quarterback he is once he's in some competition for something bigger than just a regular game. And then I had the Texans at the Bills, and that was a hard one.
Wow.
I think that is probably the hardest one for me to decide but I do think the Bills are going to pull it off. But if they get running behind Derrick Henry, I don't know. So that's a toss-up, but I picked the Bills to win that one. I don't know what your thoughts are, Coach.
Wow. Well, I'm really just looking at it from a standpoint of who I think the NFC Championship game would be. I think the best game for TV and for ratings would be the Ravens and the Chiefs. I really think that's two quarterbacks that are young. They're both exciting. I think that would be the best thing for the NFL. And in a year like this, it might be the best thing for the NFL. But what I think will likely happen, I think it'll either be the Chiefs against the Titans again, or my wild card to make it to the AFC Championship game is the Buffalo Bills against the Chiefs. So I see that playing out. The Chiefs be playing either the Titans or the Bills, depending on how it's set up.
Okay. So at the championship game, I actually have the Bills playing the Chiefs as well. And
wow.
Now at the NFC side, on the wild card game, I had the Buccaneers at the 49ers, and I have the Bucks beating them. I have the Cardinals at Green Bay, and the Cardinals coming out on the victory. And I had the Seahawks at the Cowboys. And I picked my Cowboys. And that's a tough one because the Seahawks have got this offense.
Come on, man.
They got these wide receivers that are DK Metcalf. I love that guy. But I'm picking the Cowboys. I just think McCarthy's bringing the right attitude with it.
Well, one of the things I looked at is if we look at it as the Cowboys winning the division, and everybody knows I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm also a realistic Cowboys fan. That if the Cowboys win the division, they're not going to at 9-7. They're going to host a wild card. They're going to play someone either like they're either going to be San Francisco or Minnesota, possibly Seattle.
Yep.
And that's going to be tough. But I do think that the NFC Championship game, the way I've got it, is I'm going to have three teams looking like they're going to be around 11-5. So home field advantage in the NFC is so important because if you win it and you're Green Bay and you've got home field advantage and you've got to go into Green Bay to the frozen tundra, and that time of the year, that is huge.
It is.
But let's just say one swing of a division being in New Orleans in the Dome, then New Orleans will have the advantage over someone like Green Bay having to go on there for the AFC Championship. NFC Championship. So my NFC Championship is this. It's going to be the number one seed would be New Orleans. Number two would be Green Bay. And New Orleans will beat Green in the championship game.
So in my NFC Championship, I had the Cowboys playing New Orleans. And New Orleans beat Dallas last time on a close game. Dallas had beat them before on a very close game. And I just think that Dallas is going to pull it through this year. I'm on the bandwagon this year.
Dallas is going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
We got to get tickets. Are we going to go for Super Bowl week? What are we going to do?
Yeah, yes. I got the Cowboys. Going to play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, let me do this thing right. Let me do this thing right here.
Oh my goodness. Here it is. Got the Zeke jersey.
Yes.
See, I'm going to have to get a new jersey this year because I have Witten, and so I'm going to need to get me a new one. I'm thinking Van Der Esch might be the one.
I like him and Jalen Smith the best. Those are my two favorite players. So,
absolutely. So
now we're up to the Super Bowl. What do you think?
Well, I actually have the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's just hard for me to go against Mahomes and that offense right now. And now with the defense getting better at the end of the last year, it's just tough for me to think, outside of an injury, that they are not going to repeat. But I do think New Orleans was very close last year to getting over that hump. I think it'll be a good Super Bowl. It'll be a high-scoring Super Bowl. I don't think it'll be like last year. I think it'll be a high-scoring Super Bowl. But I got Kansas City over New Orleans in Super Bowl 55. Mahomes MVP of the AFC and MVP of the Super Bowl.
Man, so I have the Cowboys playing the Chiefs, and I love Patrick Mahomes. And how do you beat Patrick Mahomes? You have to step on the gas and never let off. If the Cowboys step on the gas, they'll be okay. If they ever let off, he's going to destroy them. But I brought up an interesting thing on this. The last time we had a repeat of Super Bowl champ has been 2004 and 2005. And that's New England Patriots. And prior to that, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 repeats, and they were more frequent. But this has been the longest time in NFL history that we've gone without a repeat. So I don't know if that plays in the favor of the Chiefs, or is this a trend going to go for a while? And I do think Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. He's the most dangerous player out there. He changes that offense dramatically. And to be honest, they don't really have to have a decent defense as long as they have him. And I do think their defense got better. If Dallas plays where they don't go with a couple of quarters without freaking scoring, and they have the offense to do it, supposedly, and Mike McCarthy can make that happen, I think that would be a hell of a game. I am not discrediting, though, New Orleans. I think they're a great team, and I think they could walk in there easily. I'm not sold on Green Bay, but I do agree with your analytics, is if they play in Green Bay at home, that Green Bay's probably going to win. But Green Bay's got the easiest route because Minnesota's really the only thing that's going to chip at them. Detroit's not, and kind of Green Bay's got the path that the New England Patriots have always took. Well, we know we're going to win 6 games already. We just got to win a few more when we're in the playoffs. You know, is kind of the Green Bay path. So, anyway.
One of the things I want to say before we close this out is Mahomes he's just a difference maker. He can, I mean, you get down by 10 with 6 minutes to go. I don't know if I ever really thought they were not going to win.
Right.
And that's the thing is, when he went to the playoffs, he was down double digits, down double digits, down double digits. It didn't even matter the last 3 or 4 games of the year. And I think they didn't lose any stars. They didn't lose Tariq. They didn't lose anybody that would be, someone for them to have a stumble. What I do think they've done is they've picked up experience. And one of the things that does, it just gets you more confidence because, they are unstoppable on offense. Now, you said something about the Cowboys, and I'm a Cowboys fan, but sometimes I get berated for challenging my Cowboys. I do not think the Cowboys with Dak Prescott can stay in a shootout with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. There's no way that's going to happen. The only way the Cowboys have a chance of winning that game is a 27-24 game, and Patrick Mahomes not going to score 24 points against the Cowboys defense. So if it got to that, I would love for the Cowboys to upset the Chiefs. But I guarantee they'd be an 8 or 9 point game going into the Super Bowl if the Cowboys were playing the Chiefs. I mean, but New Orleans and the Chiefs, I think it could be a shootout. I hope if it comes down to that, we get us a 41-39 game. Mm-hmm. But this season is going to be interesting. I mean, I'm a coach. Number one thing I think is, can we just make it through? Let's just make it through. And I tell you, the country needs this. The country needs – I'm not going to get into the national anthem with the games and how's it going to play out. What I want to do is when we kick the ball off. When we kick the ball off this year, we need this as a country.
We do. I will say this, in local sports, my son plays the first game next Thursday. I'm excited because we just need the ball to go down the dang field. Just need to get it going. And you know what? If we can get 3 or 4 games underneath our belt without a team having to cancel, and the same thing with the NFL, I think it'll go. But if we start out the first week and the second week we're canceling games already, we're going to have a hard time completing the season. And I kind of joked about it in my prediction. I didn't put originally my prediction was we were going to get all the way up to the Super Bowl and then we're going to cancel due to COVID. And because in Florida they're hosting in Florida this year, and they'll have a shutdown in Florida then all of a sudden, And I hope the heck that don't happen. I don't see that happening. But
now Jerry will open up Jerry's World. We'll have it there if we need to.
Yes, and and they all honed in on him because he said I'm going to have fans in the stands. But actually, it wasn't just him. They just honed in on him. There was only 4 teams that said they're not going to have fans in the stands. All the others so far have said they probably would, but they just honed in on him because he's Jerry Jones. So you know how that works. So.
He's Jerry Jones. Now I do know that we play our first scrimmage tomorrow, Kings Christian Academy here in Tyler. We play a 14 scrimmage, so we're really looking forward to that. But my daughter goes to White House High School, and we just purchased season tickets, and they just put them on sale, and they gave new information and guidelines about social distancing. They're selling 50% tickets
Yep.
on the home side. So I think looks like the outside stadiums would probably be a little bit better than a dome, but we really don't know at this point.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now, as far as my attire, Stephen A. Smith, eat your heart out, baby, because I think I sport the cowboy hat better than he does. So, anyway.
Oh, there's no doubt that you have cowboy hat down better than he does. There's no doubt about that.
Well, I think we had a good segment here. What do you think, Coach?
I think it's been great. Anytime we can talk football and the great state of Texas and about those Dallas Cowboys, and hey, even White House's own Pat Mahomes here in
Yes.
East Texas, hey, let's do it.
Yes. Well, hey, I think that's a wrap for us. We ask you to check us out on social media. We'll send you all the links on there on the back end of this video here. And but more importantly, just stay tuned to us. Stay tuned to us. The coach.
And the vet.
Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned.